Hey fellow farmers, welcome to Bunto Farming, and today I'm going to be starting a new segment called Monster Spotlight, where I'm going to be reviewing a monster's skills, how to ruin it, and also what are its uses. And you guessed it, today we're going to be doing Theomars, the Water Ifirt that everybody prays to get, myself included, before opening up a Ifrit summoning scroll. Okay, so I've only gotten mine a few weeks ago, so you can see his stats here. It's not too good. It's very low, but you know I'll talk more about the stats after. Let's go through the skills first. So he's the most wanted Theomars. Why? Right? So I'll go through the skills and you'll find out why. So Mega Smash attacks with magical powers and inflicts continuous damage for 2 turns with a 50% chance the damage increase according to attack speed. So what this means is, besides attack, also his speed, the faster he is, the more attack he does. So this makes his first skill very strong. Okay, and he lands a continuous effect for two turns with a 50% chance. But if you were to fully upgrade his first skill, it would land with a 75% chance, and it'll also do 25% more damage. So with the continuous damage, it's really good. If in case you didn't know what it does, it's he gets a debuff for 2 turns, and what that debuff does is it takes away 5% of the enemy monster's damage each turn. So it's for 2 turns. So in total, he'll do 10% if he lands the debuff over 2 turns. So it's really nice. Okay, so his second skill, Triple Crush, attacks the enemy 3 times with magic and weakens the defense for 2 turns with a 50% chance for each attack. So he has 3 chances to defense break at 50%. But again, if you were to fully upgrade this skill, it would have a 70% chance for those 3 turns and also 20% more damage. Again, my skills aren't upgraded because I just got him a few weeks ago. Okay, so with the so with this attack, it's not as strong as the first one because this one doesn't scale to attack speed, but it's still pretty good because of the defense break. You'll just end up doing more. You're doing more damage. Not more than the first one, but because with the defense break, you know, it just hurts more if you have a defense break debuff on you. Okay, so you know, looking at his first and his second skill, you're like, okay, he's a good attack monster, but you know, why is he the most sought after Ifrit? Well, that's because of his third skill, Elemental King, and it's a passive. Always gains attribute advantage when attacking an enemy. So what this means is he'll have you know, he'll always have the advantage over any element. You know, water already has a advantage over fire, right? But because of this, he also has an advantage over wind, and also over water, and dark, and light. So this makes him a very versatile attacker. So when you have attribute advantage, what does that give you, right? It gives you, it doesn't give you more damage, but what it does give you is it gives you an extra 15% chance of critting, of landing a crit, and also your hits will not land as a glancing hit, unless you know you have a glancing debuff on you, then you may, but other than that you won't. So with the extra 15% crit, it's really nice. Okay, so also his second part, when you receive a fatal attacks, you will be immune to death for 1 turn. Okay, so this what makes him very people go, you know, go no HP on him. I go no HP on him. So this means is when you're about to die, or you know, when they attack you and you're supposed to die, you don't die. You have 1 HP and you have Endure cast on you, and what that is pretty much you can take damage, but you won't die until the Endure buff is gone, or until your turn is over. And the Endure buff only lasts for 1 turn. So your next turn, that buff is gone and you can die. But you can take as much damage as you you know, as much damage as you want before that, and you will not die. So this is what makes him very, very good. He's a very versatile attacker. Okay? And also his leader skill is also very good. It scales very well with his skill set here. It increases the crit rate of ally monsters by 24%. So that's a pretty big boost. Okay, so with Theomars, when you awaken him, he gains 15% crit rate. So with the initial 15% that you already have, plus this 15, you have 30%, right? So let's take a look at his skills here. So really, for Theomars, you only need 61% crit rate to have 100% crit rate if you use him as a leader, of course. So remember, his Elemental King passive gives him attribute advantage over any elements, so he gets 15% from there. Okay, and from his leader skill, he'll get 24. So that 15 plus 24 is 39. So really, you only need 61% here, and then you'll have 100% crit rate because of that. And that's what makes him very, very easy to rune. You only need to add 30% more crit rate to him. Again, remember, Awaken and the base crit rate you have is 15 plus 15 for Awakening, so you have a total of 30 to start, and then you only need to get to 61. So really, you only need to put 31 crit rate on him, and he'll have 100% crit rate if you use him as leader. So putting crit rune on number 4 is number 4 slot isn't necessary. Okay, so I'll just go over quickly his stats, and then we'll look at his runes. Okay, so he is an attack type monster, so he'll have a good base attack of 823. His HP is okay. So I have mine here. As you can see, he has no really added HP, only 4,000. So total he has like 15,000. That's really nothing. So over here, I have him at plus 800 attack, so he has a total of 1,600 attack. He does decent damage with this, and the speed, I have him at plus 91, so he has a total of 191. Usually, most people I see, they rune him to be a little slower and more attack heavy. But I like speed, and the teams that I put him in works really well with him having more speed. Although I could, gain to get more attack, but again, I just got him, and the runes that I have on him aren't too great. And I know I said you only need 61% to have 100% crit rate of him if you use him as leader, which I do. I have him at 79 just because the runes that I had the stats on it, so I just threw it on. Okay, and his crit damage is 139, which is very, very on the low end. Like for this, you want to get up to at least 160 or 170 to do like really good damage. Unfortunately for me, my runes didn't have enough, so it's just at that right now. Okay, so let's take a look at his rune. So I runed him Violet Broken. If you're just starting out, I wouldn't suggest building this rune because you're probably not going to have any, you're not going to have that good of a Violet rune set if you're just starting out or you're still in the middle. Like if you're not doing Dragon's B10 yet, don't rune him Violet. Rune him Fatal Blade or Swift Blade. Swift Blade works really well too because of the speed. So with the so this is how I rune him. I have him as Violet Broken. Generally, you want to build him Violet Revenge or Violent Will for endgame. I just don't have any good speed substats on my Will rune, so that's why it's broken set right now. Okay, so when you're runing him, you want to rune him speed, crit damage, and attack for slots 2, 4, and 6. Only rune him crit damage here if you can get him to at least 61% crit rate. If you don't, he's not gonna crit consistently, and it's not gonna do too much damage when he doesn't crit. Okay, so you can see here I prioritize speed and crit rate. Attack, I wanted to have attack, but not every rune has it. So you can see this one has plus 17 speed and 10 crit rate and 8 attack. This rune doesn't have any of that. It does have crit damage though, but again, speed and crit rate. This one has a lot of attack, speed, but no crit rate. Crit rate, speed. and just crit right here because this is already attack. Oh, and there's a little bit of speed there. Okay, so what are Theomars' use? Well, because he's such a versatile damage dealer, you can actually use him pretty much everywhere. Well, almost everywhere. So for giants, you can use him, anywhere in giants. Dragons, you can use him in well, you could use him in Necro, but it's really I would highly advise against it because just because you're gonna build him really strong. So once the boss takes Theomars, he's gonna be a threat to your team. So I would suggest against using Theomars for Necro. For any of the magic dungeon, secret dungeon, he's really good. TOA normal, not TOA hard. Like TOA hard for the early floors, but once you get to the higher floors, he doesn't do as well just because he's so squishy, right? Yeah, and of course he's really good in arena and guild wars as well. Okay, so yeah, let's test him out. Okay, so we're gonna be testing him out in arena. So let's go with the first guy here. Yeah, I think I can beat him. His Jamire has a speed leader, 24. Yeah, no problem. So this is normally the setup that I use with Theomars. I don't like to bring any healers, just because if you can take out 1 or 2 monsters right in the beginning, it's 2 versus 4 or 3 versus 4, and you're gonna win really quickly, and you don't need a healer. Oh, stupid Chloe. Didn't do Fnatic. Okay, so I'm just gonna set up my normal setup here. Okay, so let's take out Katarina. Okay, and yeah, that's my Legron. I'll be doing a spotlight on him sometime in the near future. Be on the lookout for that. So, right here we have a Lucian. He's stunned, of course, and he has defense break on him, and I also have attack buff. So let's see how much damage I can do on him. Let me slow this down for you. 23,000. On a Lucian, that's not bad, but again, my attack is very low, and my crit damage is also very low. So, it should have probably done 30,000 plus if I had that. But I'll be ruining him tomorrow for rune removal, so hopefully he'll be stronger then. Aw, stupid Chloe. Okay, let me just finish this off quickly, and then we'll test him. We'll test him in Theomars Hell to see if he can farm, which I'm pretty sure he can. This is taking longer than it should. There we go. So yeah, for arena, he's a very good attack monster. You don't have to worry about the elemental disadvantage. Excuse me, because you always have elemental advantage. So yeah, that's what makes him a great monster. Okay, so we're gonna test him out in Theomars Hell. I don't really farm Theomars Hell with Theomars. No, not that I don't really. I don't farm Theomars Hell at all with him. But I'm pretty sure he can do it. His attack is decent, and also he has a lot of speed, so he should be able to clear it no problem. 100%, I'm not too sure, but he should be able to do it most of the time. So as you can see, he's one-shotting all the monsters, and that's pretty much what you want for a farmer, is to one-shot most of the monsters, or every monster, so then just be quicker and higher chance of survival. See, and there's the Violent going to work. He goes again. So Violent's really nice for him. Alright, and that's it. So yeah, that's it for my video. If you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment, and also look forward to my next videos. And until next time, see you then.